Hey yogis, it's Sina here, the Yoga Apothecary. In today's flow, we continue our A to Z of Wellbeing series. X stands for sex. So grab a towel and some water, and I'll meet you on the mat. When we are born, the first of our senses available to us is the sense of touch. Even before we open our eyes, we can already sense physical contact. Our sense of touch plays a vital role in our physical and psychological health. Physical contact seems to be declining in modern life. The internet and social media has certainly been detrimental to person-to-person contact. Physical touch can boost our immune system and likely has a positive effect on cardiovascular disease. When you get a heartfelt hug from your partner or friend, it lowers the release of the stress hormone cortisol and lowers your heart rate and blood pressure. In yoga, we use physical touch in partner and group practice and during yoga retreats and workshops to build rapport and social connection with others. For most of us, physical contact has a pleasing effect. So, if you feel your life lacks physical closeness, consider getting a massage or perhaps interacting with a cuddly friend, a pet. Both are soothing and boost our well-being. Today, our flow is all about partner poses. I will be assisted by my husband, Stuart, who, like many of you, is new to yoga. We will show you a few examples of partner poses. The practice of acro yoga is grounded in learning how to move in sync with a partner through balancing and challenging postures. So stay tuned to see our Cirque du Soleil moments. And with that, we'll get started in a seat at the top of our mat. So as you come to a seat, Stuart, you will see, is behind me. So you want your partner to have a seat behind you so that your backs touch. And you come into this present moment. So maybe a soft gaze of the eyes. Or maybe you just close them entirely and just tune into the body and start to notice the points of your body touching your mat. And maybe the subtle ways you and your partner move as you breathe. As we begin to lengthen our breath, we'll inhale through the nose, fill up, spread your ribs, and then open the mouth and release. Inhale, fill up, take in all the air you think you can. Maybe you hold it for just a moment and then let it go. As we begin our Ujjayi breath, a victorious breath, you'll inhale through the nose, seal your lips, and exhale through the nose like you're creating a seashell-y, swirly sound. Let's take this together with your partner. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Please know that a seated pose, a child's pose, any resting posture for you or your partner is always available at any time in this practice. From here, we'll take a partner twist. So my right hand is going to reach for my left knee. And my left hand is going to reach and touch Stuart's, maybe his thigh or his knee. And just open up to this twist. Feel the stretch as you touch your partner. Take a breath. Exhale, release. We come back to center for the other side. Now my left palm's reaching for my right knee. And I come to place my fingers, which may be cold, on Stuart's knee or thigh. Feel the twist. We'll take this one more time, coming back to center with your inhale. Right hand to my left knee. I take the twist, I'm finding something deeper. We take the breath in through center, and we come again for the twist, find something deeper. Inhale, come back to center, pause. We'll take some cat and cows in a seated position. You're still back to back with your partner. As you inhale, the chest comes through your shoulder blades, through your arms. It's almost like dropping that belly forward. And as you exhale, round through the shoulder blades, create that C shape with the spine. Maybe you press your palms to your knees. Inhale, chest lift, chest comes forward. And exhale, round through the shoulder blades, create the C shape with the spine. One more time. Inhale, we cow. Maybe you gaze up. And exhale, we cat. Come back to center, pause. Start to shift, both of us are going to shift forward. So we come to the top of our mat and we meet in a tabletop pose. Stacking our wrists under the shoulders, knees come under the hips, neutral spine, flat back. And from here, we'll take thread the needle. And there'll be an opportunity as we meet on one side with our arms to touch one another, but not on the other side. So we're going to touch first. So what you're going to do is leave this left palm rooted. I'm going to lift my right arm up. And as I exhale, Stuart and I are going to thread so that our forearms touch. And we actually get to look at each other. As maybe your right cheek or ear touches the mat. This left arm and Stuart's right can reach and stay there. If you want to take a half bind, for someone who likes to do that, I'm moving my left arm to my right hip. And Stuart is staying exactly where he is. I'm going to start to plant my left palm down, and we both are going to drag slightly back our palms, and then lift up, release, and open up, taking that full expression. Right palm plants and Stuart's left. Now we're going to move to thread the needle on the other side where we won't necessarily touch. We're going to release this left palm up, and then as we thread the needle, my left and his right are going to come down, and my right palm is going to reach forward. My left cheek is coming to the mat. As we stack those hips above the knees, and I'm going to move my right hand behind me as I took on the other side with the bind. Now I bring that right palm back down, Stuart's left, and we drag it up so we can fully express our thread the needle. Maybe we give a high five. And we exhale back to center. Now we're going to shift the weight so we can sit again, but we're going to face one another. So we're back on our low bottom. First, we're going to do a forward fold stretch. So we're going to widen our legs as far as comfortable. I'm going to back up some. We're going to reach for our hands. We'll take an inhale, and as we exhale, Stuart's going to guide me towards him. So as I breathe out, oh yeah, that feels very good. Stretching forward. We'll come and meet back at center. And as we exhale, I'll give Stuart a small, not too far reach. Breathe. We'll inhale through center. Exhale, I'm going to shift forward. Maybe I find something deeper or the same. We're going to make our way back to center and pause. And then a soft guide. Inhale to center. and release our hands to our sides. Maybe you tent your fingertips, lengthen the spine. So one other thing you can do in this position, this direction, is a paired boat pose. We'll see how that goes. So our goal is to have our feet touch and our hands touch. And see if we can lift our feet up. Breathe. Breathe. Yes. We're finding the center. And then slowly. Way to go, Stuart. Awesome job. We're going to come back to tabletop pose from here. As we move to cow pose, so you'll inhale, drop the belly, open the heart space, gaze to the clouds, soft bend the elbows. Exhale, cat pose, create a C shape with the spine, relax the head and shoulders. Push the mat away. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. One more time, cow. And exhale, cat. We come back to tabletop pose. We'll step the right leg back, leave the palms rooted. Step the left leg back. We meet in plank pose, which can always be done on your knees. Push the mat away, slightly dome shape through the shoulders, but soften between the shoulder blades. Pull the heels to the back of the mat, breath in. And exhale, we come to down dog. Replant your feet to your normal down dog stance. And maybe you pedal your dog, lifting one heel and then the other. Take this opportunity to push the mat away with your fingers. Spread them wide, pressing through your thumb and first finger. As you offer your heart space closer to your thighs, as we still are down dog, take the opportunity to press the mat away with your feet. And now imagine them widening to the edges of the mat, even though they don't move. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, pause in bear pose. Offer your heart space closer to your thighs. We press on the balls of the toes and move the hands as if to move the mat. We'll exhale, ripple forward to our plank. Holding here, drawing your crown and your heels in opposite directions. Push the mat away. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look at your feet. Make your way to the back of your mat. As we meet in a ragdoll forward fold, Stuart and I are going to sway. I might grab for his fingers. As we ragdoll, relaxing our head and shoulders, saying yes to this practice, this opportunity to do this together. As we release our hands back to the earth, we slowly begin to bring our big toes to touch and we leave space between the heels. Inhale, half lift. Shoulders at the height of the hips. Hands are to the shins. We try and take the arch from the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Upward salute. We root through the heels, palms face one another. We relax through the shoulder blades and bring the hands to heart center. We pause, both of us, to set our intention for this beautiful practice we are doing together. From here, Stuart's going to join me on my mat. So he's going to come onto the mat facing me. As we work together to do a forward fold in 2 different variations and then a warrior 3 together. So the first is going to be our forward fold. So normally as we forward fold, we hinge at the hips, and we're going to do that, but our goal is to try and lean on one another. So reaching on our shoulder blades and then adjusting our stance, maybe your feet are wider, as we hinge forward to a forward fold, and feeling the support of your partner as you lengthen your spine, which feels really good, I have to say. Breathe. Then as we inhale, we're going to rise up and reposition our arms so that our forearms are going to touch, which is a temple variation of a forward fold. And then I'm going to adjust my feet again to see, with our arms staying here, how can I get into another version of a forward fold? You might feel this more in the hamstrings. Inhale, we're going to come up. I'm going to come back to the same forward fold that we were in before. However, as we get into our forward fold, and Stuart, you may want to come closer on the mat to me and I'll back up so that you don't hit the wall. We're going to take a forward fold, and then I'm going to lift my right leg back, and Stuart can take his opposite leg into warrior three. So as you prepare, first get into a forward fold stance, and then I'm going to lift my right leg up. Whoops. So in the forward fold, I'll let you go first, Stuart. Okay, lower your foot. Okay, now you're going to hold me. I'm lifting my right leg. I'm going to lower it down. Reposition. Take a breath in. And lift my left. And lower down. And then we're going to come up. We'll take an inhale and exhale back to heart center. Very good. You're welcome to come back to your mat. We'll take a forward fold, coming back down to the earth, and then walk our fingertips till we make our way to plank, and hold here for a breath, and exhale, down dog. So from here, I'm going to lift my right leg up. Stuart's going to lift his left leg up. So take your inhale, lift the leg up. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it up. And as you exhale, step my right, his left forward. Lower the opposite knee and toe. And take a moment to find center. Bring your hand to your thigh and pause. Draw this right heel back. Tuck the left knee forward as if you could scissor your hips to touch. So that helps that right hip pull back and left forward. As you're ready, we're going to inhale Anjaneyasana. Holding here. Draw the shoulder blades. We're going to exhale and cactus the arms, and maybe we touch. Inhale up. As we exhale, we're going to plant our palms inside the foot and come to a runner's lunge. So for Stuart and I, we may take this differently. I'm going to come on the pinky edge of this right foot. Maybe he does that on the left, maybe not, as I come to the edge of the mat. And he can stay high on his palms, or some of you might want to come to the forearms. Either way, stay, take what you want. Remember the Ujjayi breath. We start to press up on the palms. I'm lowering my foot and snugging it in just a tad to take a twist. So left arm, his right stays planted. I'm going to twist open here. Breathe. Then plant this right palm. We're going to move to transition to a side plank. And the reason why I started right and he started his left, so that we could end up meeting each other with our backs to touch. So, walk the foot back in between the hands. I'm going to lift my left knee and toes, his right. I might need to slide this palm slightly forward. As I come onto the pinky edge of my left, his right foot, and use the opportunity to stack my feet, and I'm going to reach his hand. Whoop, there he is. And we give it a tap and a touch. And then exhale, release to plank. Take your inhale. As you exhale, lower knees, thighs, toes. Come down to the mat. We'll take an inhale to prepare. As we exhale, we'll take baby cobra. Peel your heart space up. Roll the shoulder blades back. And draw the hands behind you. Exhale, release. Take an inhale where you are. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and exhale together. So now I'm going to come to my left and Stuart's going to come to his right. But we're going to need to come to the other side of the mat. So let's walk our feet to our hands and then turn ourselves so that our feet are now on the other side of the mat. And we're going to walk our hands forward to a down dog, maybe through your plank, but come to down dog. So I'm going to use my left foot and he's going to use his right. Inhale it up. As you exhale, need a nose. Inhale it up. And as you exhale, we'll step the foot through. Lower the knee and toe. Bring your hands to your thigh and pause. Take the opportunity to draw the left heel or right back and tuck the right or left knee forward. As you're ready, Anjaneyasana, arms reach. We exhale, cactus, maybe we touch. Inhale the arms up. We exhale and plant the hands inside the foot for a runner's lunge. Same variation you can choose. I'm going to come on the pinky edge of my left and then make my way to my forearms for a full stretch. And then slowly pressing up to the palms, we'll take a twist where we are. Right palm plants for me, left arm reaching. Another touch. We exhale, plant, walk that foot back in. Lift the right knee and toes or his left. I'm going to push my right hand forward just a touch. Come onto the pinky edge of the foot as we come to Vashisthasana side plank. And I'm hoping I feel his hand. Maybe. Oh, there it is, you guys. High five. Exhale, come to plank. Beautiful. Take a breath here. Exhale, lower knees, thighs, toes to the mat. Pause. We're going to come into a locust pose. So arms are going to come long, palms face down. We'll take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, locust. Peel the heart space up. Roll the shoulder blades back. Maybe I touch his hand. Imagine your toes could touch and the pinky fingers. Inhale. Exhale, release. Slide the palm under the shoulders. Take a pause here. And exhale, press it back to a child's pose. Your knees can be wide or narrow. Forehead resting on the mat, fingers reaching in front of you. Breathe. So we're going to sit up, sit on our heels, and take this opportunity to grab some water and towel off. And we'll see you in a minute. So as we come back to the mat, we're going to come back to our down dog, meeting there. Inhale, lift the right leg up and back. And as you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands and spin the back heel. We're going to come up to a warrior two pose. So right knee is over to the right ankle. We root through the pinky edge of this left foot, lining up the left heel with the back arch of the left foot behind this right heel. And actually, you know I always like to do this. Put your hands on your hips. Start to straighten the front leg and try and adjust the right hip to come more evenly with your left. Then rebend the knee, trying to bring the knee in line with your toes. We reach the arms up. And we come into our full warrior two arms and soften through the shoulder blades. Flip your right palm up and over. Inhale, reverse your warrior. So spreading that right side body. From here, we come to side angle pose. Trying to keep the bend in our knee, and my right hand is reaching outside the shin of this right leg to help keep better alignment with the shoulders and the hips. Take one more inhale and exhale. As you inhale, we reverse Trikonasana. Front leg lengthens. So that's the right leg. Right arm's reaching up and over. And as we exhale, we're going to windmill our arms down to the mat and pause. To plant the left palm, we take a twist. Right hand's reaching. Notice the big toe mound of the right foot. Exhale, plant the right palm. Step the right leg back to plank. We exhale, lower knees, thighs, and toes. Come to the mat. We inhale. Exhale, cobra pose. Breath in. Exhale, lower. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a falling out breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. And as you exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Spin the back heel. Windmill your arms up. We come to warrior two. We'll take a moment, hands to the hips. Straighten the front leg. Lift your left hip up. More in line with the right. Then rebend the knee, aiming to open up the knee to the toes. Lining up the pinky edge of the right foot at the back arch of the left heel. Reach the arms up. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Flip the left palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Spreading the left side body. We exhale, side angle. Keeping a bend in the left knee. My hand is reaching outside the shin. I'm stacking the shoulders, spreading the ribs on the right side body. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Left arm reaches up and over, front leg lengthens. Spreading again, left side body. We'll exhale, windmill the arms down to the mat to pause for a twist. Right palm plants, left hand's reaching. Press through the big toe mound of the left foot. Exhale, plant the palm. Step the left leg back to plank. Hold here. And exhale, lower. Untuck your toes. Inhale here. Exhale, cobra pose. Breath in. Exhale, lower. Inhale here. And exhale, press back to child's pose. Taking another moment here. Come back to the breath. We'll sit back on our heels. On your heels or your toes can be flat on the mat. As we take this opportunity, should you like some water or to towel off with your partner? And we'll come back to play with one or two. Peak pose play with your partner. Cirque du Soleil. See you in a minute. This is super fun. We're going to cherish this at some point in the future. Okay, so we've got a couple things we're going to do together. Cirque du Soleil, here we come, right? They're waiting for us. So the first is going to be a partner chair, which really feels really good. So you're probably going to have to adjust your feet once you're in chair so that you can feel the full stretch. So we're going to start to keep our feet probably wider. It's best to keep your feet wider than maybe your normal chair when you're alone. We're going to reach, maybe adjust your feet, start to resist, and open for a twisted chair. Sink your weight back to your heels. Softly come up. We're going to come to the other side. So reach, touch, sink into chair, shift your weight to your heels, and then twist. Come back to center, come out. Awesome. So now we're going to do two types of planks on one another. One is a reverse plank. So Stuart's going to come down supine. And to do a reverse plank, remember we have to have our hands behind us, your fingers placed in the direction of your low bottom. And normally you would push the mat away, press to the hands, lift your hips. And he's going to try, so that's a reverse plank, beautiful. We're going to try and do that together. So you're going to come over the partner, and my goal is to try and get my feet on his shoulders. Everybody squeeze. Yes, slowly lower. Awesome job, Stuart. Okay, now there's another way to plank with each other. And this is where Stuart is going to lift my legs with his hands. So I'm just going to, and you may want to have your hands further up to the shins rather than the heels for this. It just depends on your all's height. So take an inhale. And press. Slowly lower. And I'm going to bend my knees and come down. Okay, that was good. We've got one more for you. And that's going to be, Stuart's going to stay in his seat. And I'm going to move to do shoulder lotus position up against his back. So you want to try and get as close as you can to his low bottom. Once you're in lotus, shoulder lotus, he can slightly come back. It just depends. You don't want to be knocked over. So I'm going to cross my legs in lotus, take an inhale, and as I exhale, I lift. Normally, I have to sort of use my hands to very much hold me in this position,
but his back is there to support me. So just breathe. This actually feels super comfortable. Sorry, I have my water in the way. There you go. Here we are. Feeling all the support. And now I'm going to slowly lower, unwind. My low bottom's going to come down. And I'm going to tuck my feet under, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Stuart staying seated. And this is so awesome because it feels like I have block support under my thighs. Just breathing in this space. And then from here, I'm just going to move my feet to the side. Stuart might edge himself just a little forward. And then I'm going to come back up. And we're both going to come back to our mats. And we're going to move through bridge pose just to wind down this partner practice. As we lower down onto our backs. Our feet are staying rooted, just under hips distance apart. Your ankles can be lined up with your low bottom. Arms are going to be long by your sides, palms face down to prepare. As we inhale and exhale, exhaling out, lift the hips up, bring the arms with you and reach them above the head. Take a pause at the top and really focus on squeezing glutes and thighs and pressing through your feet. Breathe. And as you exhale again, you start to lower one vertebrae at a time and the arms move with you. Coming back with your arms, reaching for your mat. We'll take this one more time. Inhale where you are. Exhale, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Lift the hip points, arms lift with you. Heart space goes to the back of the room. Squeeze those glutes and thighs. And then exhale again. We start to lower. Arms come with you. Bring the knees to the chest. Maybe your hands are going to reach to the shins. Maybe to the soles of the feet. And pause and rock. We'll take happy baby before we close our practice. So the arms, I always like to start with them reaching rather than touching the feet. Widen the knees as wide as you like to in your happy baby. Drawing the knees to your underarms, leaving the hip points rooted. And then if you wish your hands to touch, I'd like you to take your hands inside the legs. Wrap them around the back and touch the heels. And now you can give a tug, perhaps, to draw it closer to your underarms. Then release when you're ready. We come back to the knees at the chest and bring the nose to the knees, using every muscle just for 3, 2, and 1. And we release. Coming back to the mat together. It's an opportunity again to make contact as you release into this sacred space of Savasana.
Splay out the heels and toes. Release the shins, your knees, the thighs. Root the hip points to the mat. Release the core and chest. Shoulders, roll them to the mat, to the back. Release the forearms. Palms are open to receive. And release the face. Your chin, cheeks, eyes, brow, and the sweet top of your head. Notice the support that is under you, around you, and within you. Savasana. Slowly coming back to your mat, back to your body. Just notice what it feels like to be in your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe you touch each finger to your thumb. And slowly begin to draw your toes to touch and reach the arms above your head to take a good morning wake-up stretch. Inhale through your nose, send the breath as if to your toes. And as you exhale, slowly begin to bring your knees towards your chest and softly rock from side to side. And then make your way over to your right side, using your right arm as a pillow, and pause here on the mat. Pause to thank yourself for coming to the mat, to thank your body for what it just did for you during your practice.
Intimacy is not purely physical. It is the act of connecting with someone so deeply you feel like you can see into their soul, sense who they truly are. When you're ready, slowly press your way up to an easy seat and join me for one last falling out breath together. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out. Inhale the thumb to third eye center, center of intuition. As you exhale, bow forward. The light in me honors this light and beauty, and the yogis have joined for this practice, for I'm so forever grateful. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to the Yoga Apothecary YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. And to learn more about how to live a happier, more vibrant life, sign up for our bi-monthly newsletter, The Wellbeing Elixir. And stay tuned for next week when we cover the letter Y in the Wellbeing series A to Z. Namaste.